We live in a world that is constantly moving. Technology, social media, work pressures, and external expectations bombard us daily, often making us feel out of control. In the chaos of modern life, how do we stay grounded? How do we master ourselves instead of being mastered by external circumstances? The answer, as the Stoics have taught us, lies in the art of self-mastery, an internal journey of embracing discipline, confronting our shadows, and aligning our actions with our deepest values. In this video, we will explore Stoic wisdom that can help us reclaim control of our inner world and unlock our potential despite the overwhelming external noise. Section 1. The Modern Struggle. Ego and External Validation. We are living in an era where external validation is more accessible than ever. The instant gratification of likes, shares, and comments has made us increasingly dependent on how others perceive us. Social media platforms feed into our egos by amplifying our need for approval, recognition, and success. We look outward for validation, but the Stoics teach us to look inward. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, spent his life ruling a vast empire, yet he wrote constantly about the importance of ignoring the distractions of fame and fortune. He understood that true power came from within. The ego is a double-edged sword. On one side, it protects us by building a facade of strength, confidence, and power. On the other, it imprisons us, trapping us in a cycle of comparison, insecurity, and endless pursuit of external achievements. Today, the ego manifests in our obsession with status, appearance, and success. But what happens when this external validation fades away, when the applause stops? The Stoics understood that the only way to remain steady is to turn inward, to base our worth on our own principles, not on how others see us. The first step in mastering the ego is self-awareness. The more we understand ourselves, the less we need external validation. We must ask ourselves, what do I value? What do I truly seek? Once we answer these questions, we can begin the journey of self-mastery. Section 2. Shadow Work. Confronting our inner demons. In the modern world, distractions are abundant. We numb ourselves with entertainment, consumerism, and instant gratification. But beneath the surface, there lies a shadow, a darker part of ourselves that we avoid confronting. The shadow contains our fears, insecurities, and unresolved trauma. It's the part of ourselves that we hide from the world, and often from ourselves. The Stoics teach us that to master the self, we must confront the shadow. Shadow work is the practice of looking at the parts of ourselves we don't want to see, the anger we repress, the shame we carry, the fears that hold us back. The modern world encourages us to avoid discomfort at all costs. We distract ourselves with our phones, our work, or our relationships, but true growth comes from facing the uncomfortable. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus believed that we should focus on what we can control, our reactions, our thoughts, and our choices, and accept that everything else is beyond our control. The more we resist our shadows, the more power they have over us. But when we confront them, we take back that power. Shadow work isn't about eliminating these darker parts of ourselves, it's about understanding and integrating them. We don't have to be perfect, we just need to acknowledge our flaws and work to overcome them. This journey is not easy. It requires brutal honesty and an open mind. But by doing the inner work, we free ourselves from the chains of our fears and insecurities, allowing us to live with greater peace and purpose. Section 3. The Stoic Virtues. Building the foundation for self-mastery. The Stoics didn't just teach us to look inward and confront our shadows, they also gave us a practical framework for living a virtuous life. The 4 cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are the foundation of self-mastery. These virtues are timeless, and their application is as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. Wisdom is the ability to understand what is in our control and what is not. In today's world, this means recognizing that we cannot control every situation, every outcome, or every person, but we can control how we respond. The Stoic practice of journaling and self-reflection is an excellent way to cultivate wisdom. By reviewing our actions, thoughts, and decisions, we can gain clarity and make better choices in the future. Courage is not just about physical bravery, it's about emotional strength. It's about having the courage to face challenges, confront our fears, and step outside our comfort zones. In the modern world, courage is necessary to speak our truth, stand up for what we believe in, and take risks in our personal and professional lives. Justice is the pursuit of fairness, both for ourselves and for others. It's about treating people with respect and integrity. In a world that often seems divided and polarized, practicing justice means seeking harmony and understanding rather than conflict and division. Temperance is the practice of self-control and moderation. In today's society, where indulgence is celebrated, temperance is a revolutionary act. It means resisting the urge to overindulge in food, alcohol, technology, or anything else that can derail our well-being. By practicing temperance, we cultivate balance in our lives and prevent ourselves from being enslaved by our desires. Section 4. Acceptance, letting go of the need to control. The modern world pushes us to take control of everything. We are told to dominate our careers, control our finances, and manage our relationships. But the Stoics teach us that true freedom comes from accepting what is beyond our control. The key to peace is not in controlling everything around us, but in controlling how we respond to life's challenges. Acceptance is not about resignation. It's about understanding what we can influence and what we cannot. The Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate, teaches us to embrace everything that happens to us, good and bad. This doesn't mean we are passive in the face of adversity. It means we accept the challenges of life as opportunities for growth. We don't get to choose our circumstances, but we do get to choose our attitude. By accepting what life brings us, we free ourselves from frustration and anxiety. We stop wasting energy on things we cannot change and instead focus on making the most of what we can control. Section 5. Purpose and integrity, living in alignment with our values. One of the greatest gifts of Stoicism is the understanding that living a life of virtue gives us purpose. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel lost, overwhelmed, or uncertain of our direction, but the Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance provide a moral compass that guides us through life. To live in alignment with our values means making intentional choices that reflect who we truly are. It means asking ourselves, what do I stand for? What kind of person do I want to be? When we live with purpose, we stop reacting to life. We start creating the life we want. The Stoics didn't believe in living for external success or fame. They believed in living for the sake of virtue itself. When we pursue virtue over success, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to measure up to society's standards. We begin to live for something greater than ourselves, a life guided by integrity, wisdom, and love. Section 6. The journey of self-mastery, a continuous process. Self-mastery is not an end goal, it is a lifelong journey. It is a continuous process of growth, learning, and adaptation. The Stoics understood that mastery of the self is a never-ending pursuit, one that requires daily effort and reflection. The modern world is constantly changing. New challenges emerge every day, and we are faced with new opportunities for growth. The Stoic approach is to embrace the journey, to keep striving for improvement, and to learn from every experience. It's easy to get discouraged, to feel like we're not making progress, but the Stoics remind us that growth is a process, not a destination. Every step we take on the path of self-mastery brings us closer to the person we are meant to become. The key to living a meaningful, fulfilling life in the modern world lies in mastering ourselves. The Stoic virtues provide us with the tools to navigate the chaos of modern life, to confront our ego and shadows, and to live with purpose and integrity. The journey is not easy, but it is worth it. So, ask yourself, what steps can I take today to master my inner world? How can I apply Stoic wisdom to overcome the challenges I face? The answers lie within you. If you're ready to start your journey of self-mastery, hit the subscribe button, share this video, and comment below with your thoughts. What part of your inner world are you working to master today? Let's support each other on this path to growth.